Beautiful souls. Nice to see you all here again. Yeah, I know I'm a little bit late this week, but I have a good reason for that. And this week was one specific highlight which happened. For the past year, I don't follow the news, I don't watch the news, I don't listen to the news, I don't follow the news on social media. Okay, only some basic stuff. If I need, I do some research, but I don't consume this stuff daily, not at all. And oh my god, I'm so sorry about that sound. It's just yeah. And because of that, I don't know what, but some voice in me last week was like, Carolina, go and see what is happening on this planet, read the news, dig in. Oh my gosh. And I did that. Actually, since the day I don't do that, I'm living very peaceful and I'm much more calmer. And yeah, it's just it's been very healthy for me. And then, oh my gosh, why did I do that? Because I felt so drained afterwards. But that's nothing, I felt very sad, felt very, how to say, weak and without a power, without any kind of power. Of course, everything starts from us. We can't change the whole world. If we want to change the world, we can only start with ourselves. Of course, I understand that. But when I watched these news, I was in a shock. And I was thinking, am I the weird one? Am I the alien on this planet? Or am I the stupid one? Or I don't understand something? And that is crazy how much problems we as a humans create, whereas actually no problems. And you know what is the craziest part? We create those problems and then we blame the universe, the God, on those problems. That's very mind-blowing. That's very what we humans do all the time. And we don't see that we create those problems. Not all of us are ready to hear that, and not all of us are ready to understand that. Because it's easy to always blame someone, It's easy to always blame someone else, not look at us as a society. As I found it very hard to find a common sense and any logic into what people do on this planet. Like, really. For example, so wars. I don't understand that. I really don't. If really those who lead the countries, if really all people would see that, yeah, money is necessary, okay? Country is necessary, community is necessary, tradition is necessary, but more power, more money, and all that, you can't take that with you when you die, when you pass away. So it's actually what you do is pretty much nonsense. Okay, it's nonsense. You take away lives, you do so much bad things, and for what? For something you can't even take with you. It doesn't make sense to me, because we all have already enough. If we would all understand that, we would live so good. All of us, we would have each one of us would have everything. So I understand, like, in the past, okay, it maybe I could make sense why people do wars and so on. 21st century, very weird thing, doesn't make sense to me. And it's sad that innocent people experience that, okay, and pays about another people's stupidity the most. But of course, yeah, why? I just don't understand, because money and power, it's such a weird thing, especially if you already have it. Like, why this just sad how we are never enough. It's never enough for us. We always need more. Wanting more is not a bad thing, but and when people go into extremes and do such a crazy stuff, I can't understand that. And I really don't see any logic and common sense to do that. And I don't understand, you know, why all the people don't see that. Very weird for me. Okay. Actually, if we all just would search love and find love, and I mean real love, we would not have any that type of anger and problems, you know. And the funniest thing, no, it's not actually funny, you know, but for me, it's like, what, you know, how people even come up with a racism. When I read that, I was like, that is such a weird thing. My brain can't comprehend that, you know. It's just, I can't understand that. You know, imagine there was a time when another person saw another person, and because that person was in a different skin, a little bit different color, you know, the skin was in a little bit different color, the person decided to, you know, hate on them. It's just very weird for me. It's very weird. And how we can't see what I want to tell with all of this. And I really hope that at least for maybe one person watching this, it will help and make a difference, at least inside of us, inside of you. You know, God doesn't make any mistakes into this world. And a lot of things which we call problems nowadays, and which we create, and which leads actually to becoming really serious problems, it's people made those problems. All made people. Poor, rich, who decided that? That is poor, that is rich, humans, people. Is poor really poor? I don't think so. From my point of view. Is rich really rich? I don't think so. I really don't think so. You know, because from what lens you look at the world, you know. I loved one video, what I saw. Basically, you know, God gives you hands, right? And then you decide what you're gonna do with those hands, because you have a free will, and God loves you so unconditionally that what we humans can't understand this type of unconditional love, because our unconditional love is still conditional, like this is right, this is wrong, you can do that, you can't do that, okay? And basically God gives you two hands, and you decide what you're gonna do with those two hands. You can go and help someone with those hands and stand the person up, for example, or you can, you know, push someone or hurt someone with those two hands. And then imagine you blame God that you did that, you know. But it's not true. Yeah, we did that. And it's about the most of the things. We don't want to face that it all starts within us. And it's same about it. It is about everything, you know. And as I said in one of my videos, I really believe that everything, you can't name one thing that true love and finding love, raising vibration through this divine love, you can't name me one thing that love can't solve. Really, I can prove you that each one of the things, there's not a single thing in this planet which love can solve. It really takes from us a lot to open for this type of love, to experience this type of love as a consciousness, and a lot of problems will be just gone. But because we decided to close our hearts, and more we do so, and more problems arises into this world. And yeah, so I watched this news, and then I decided that I'm not gonna do that. Even only maybe when it's necessary. Only maybe when it's necessary. And don't get me wrong. It's just what I want to say with all of this is that it's not very nice to hear that it's our fault. And I understand it's my fault also. But all each one of us can do is really to try love and really to try accept everyone and really to try live in peace with everyone, even with something we don't understand or we don't like. The world is so big that we can turn around and go away from that. You know, there's no need to create problems. And I know it sounds, easy when you say it, and it's again harder to do, but that's the only solution for this world to change. And I am very happy, as I said again in one of my previous videos, you can go and watch. This is the time when good hearts will start to win. And you can notice that. You can notice that how many people's masks fall off. I see it everywhere. If you are right now a person with a good heart and with pure intentions, and you really try to live with a peace and compassion and understanding and love, you will win so much into this life, and you will be so happy, and your everything for you will be fulfilled in this life. And it's truth. Either you believe it or not. Times where you can, do bad things behind people's back and get away with it, it's gone. It's gone. Maybe for some time, but it will come to the surface very fast. It's gone. There was centuries and times when you could do that. Not anymore. Everything comes to the surface. I don't know if it's good or if it's bad. I think it's good. And soon a lot of truth will come to the surface. Also about the world. Also about a lot of things. I don't want to go deeper than this. But it will all come to the truth. And it's never too late. It's never too late to be a good person. To change yourself. To try to be better. We are not perfect and we are never going to be perfect. But you can decide, as I said, what you do with what you have. If you have a power, you can decide what you do with that power. Or you do good things with power you have or influence you have, or you do bad things. If you have a lot of money, you can do good things or bad things with that money. If you have good health, you can do good things with your good health. You can do bad things. And we decide what we do with what we have. And it's never too late to decide to start living different. And try. Your life will only go for the best. And when we are into this loop of this dark cycle where we think that we can't be good or can't do good things, it's just an illusion to keep you stuck into this circle until you drown more deep to that. But once you decide to get away from that cycle, whatever cycle you are in right now, it all starts to change. I recently also jumped out of the very hard cycle and not fully outside of it still, but I just made a decision, and I made this decision so strong that only then things started to change in my life, people around me, in me, and so on. So yeah, that's what I wanted to share this week. My thoughts, just my thoughts. And what I know and what I see. I wish you all to have acceptance, forgiveness, love, and of course, when needed, please protect yourself. Okay, know your boundaries, but be loving, accept, understand, and try to be just a good human, a good person. Maybe you will inspire someone else to be also a good person, a good human being. I wish you all a very nice week and see you on Instagram.